Hey there, Saturday night stealther coming up. Tonight, we're going to be at the local, or not so local, Ikea. Just behind it, there's a nice chunk of land, and that's where I'm going to be headed. This is actually in my old stomping grounds where I grew up. So it's a nice area, and I actually had a tasty burger and beer at one of my buddies' homes. One of the other fellows who often can join in on the backpacking and stealthing. But as you can see, it's just me today and that Ikea building there and that patch of woods back behind it there. That's where we're going. All right. I don't know why, but every time before I decide to get actually into the area that I want to stealth camp, there's always a person. As I'm getting ready, there's no one. Once everything is completely ready to go, there's people. So this is going to be at the Ikea, but I'm actually walking past it, and I'm going to enter the woods behind this other strip mall here, because that side of the parking lot is fairly active with a lot of people. We'll see how it goes. So of course, someone decides to walk their dog in the back spot of the property where I was going to go in. Looked like someone that just rolled up in a car, parked at the back of the Ikea, a couple people. Maybe they're on a trip, just letting their dog go to the bathroom, but kind of stopped my plans. So I got to go a little farther down, find a place to get in, go around a couple ponds, and circle back. All right, I'm going to try to head in here and see what I'm dealing with. It's not where I wanted to go in, that's for sure. Oh boy. This will be fun. Okay, I'm only in a little bit. And there's a pond here. And there's trash all over the place. Lots of little liquor bottles. So people do come back in here and drink apparently. But I also heard some voices. And I'm not sure if it's someone back out in the parking lot, someone on the back side of the pond, there's some houses, or if some kids or someone else is out here. So I'm just gonna lay low for a minute and then I'll keep going. So this looks like a pond of death to me. There's water bottles that are just sitting on the surface of the pond as if it were on ice. That's gross. We're gonna get around this thing. We're gonna go right around the edge of this one. And I wonder if it's gonna end up being bigger or circle around. We'll find out, but I'm not very far in from the parking lot right now. I think you can see the buildings right there. They're close. We're in just enough to create some cover. Oh, it does circle around. Okay. Well, the gateway to the underworld, apparently. Go in there, you don't come back out. Okay, I'm just skirting the edge of this retention pond. The ground is just solid enough that I don't sink, but I'm back near where I parked, so I'm going to quiet down a little bit, and hopefully those people that were walking the dog are gone. Well, there is another entrance to the underworld, and that one is not fenced off. This is nasty water out here. All right, look at this. Someone feeds the birds back here. There's a ton of sunflower seed shells, and there's a lot of corn. So someone's coming back and feeding back here. I'm at the edge of the water. I'm not sure if there's another one of these or not, though. I only have a tiny bit more to go, and then I'm gonna head in for some of these bigger trees. Ouch. So, I gotta show you something that it's only mildly alarming. If I were in a different area, it might be severely alarming. But I want you to look in that water behind me. Tell me what you see. You see that? There are 2 barrels in there. Yep. Not gonna touch that water. I highly doubt that there's anything sinister going on with those barrels. Probably just construction barrels or something that were thrown out there by kids, but still kind of alarming to see half-submerged barrels in a stagnant cesspool. So this little trench, I don't know, an old trail, or I'm not sure what it is. It looks promising. I could probably string my hammock in here. It's a little bit open. I think it would work, but I'm also going to check a little farther back and see if there's something better. Okay, I came too far back, and there's a creek, and behind the creek starts the private property for the homeowners. So I'm gonna wind back towards the parking lot a little bit. I only need to go, I don't know, 50 yards or more east to get to the spot I want to be at, but I need to head back a little bit because I'm too far to the back end of this property. Okay. So I'm in a little bit of a pickle here. I cut in at a different spot to get away from the creek and the house, and it is thick. So I'm gonna work my way slowly through this mess and hopefully get to where I want to be. Man, having those people with the dog at the start really messed up my entrance plan today. All right, I survived the thick brambles. We got a nice little open spot here to walk through, but we're gonna need to be just a little quiet because we're really close to the parking lot. I'm gonna show you where I gotta go and what I see from here. Okay, as you can see, there's another little clearing, a spot that they actually mow, it looks like. It's around another pond, and right up through there is the parking lot. That's where I'm parked. That's also where all the employees for Ikea park. And what I need to do is get just to the other side of this pond, and there's some trees over there. I think that'll be just dandy for the hammock, but I don't know if I want to come out through this clear spot and have someone see me. Let's see what it looks like if I just risk a little bit more. 1, 2, 3, we're gonna do it. Oh, I'm exposed. I am exposed. Let me quickly get back behind this. That was the easiest path, but also the most open path for anyone to view me that's up in the parking lot. But now we're good. Ooh, there may be another problem here. Why is there a fence here? Oh, okay. Well, what I'm guessing is this is an old fence from the property way before Ikea was here. I was worried it was going to be something connected to those properties on the other side of the pond, but I know it's not. My app shows me the property boundaries, and I know I'm well away from them now. But this is interesting. I thought this was going to be such an easy get in, set up, not even break a sweat. And that's not the case. I am sweating. And here's another clearing. I think I'll be okay to cross through here. No matter how much you plan and look at maps and Google Earth and apps with boundaries, and you plan an assault, you know how to get in, how to get out, there's always something there that you have to be able to adapt to and overcome. And once again, that happened today. I'm just over inside the patch that I wanted to be in. Definitely right behind Ikea now. And that fence is still along my side. I did have to go through about 10 more feet of really thick crap. But now I'm in a good spot, I think. Oh. This really cut in close to the houses. You know what I think is that the houses that back up to this encroach in on this part a little bit. And that's why I see like a gazebo there. That's just gotta be old though. That's not from them. That's gotta be really old like this fence. But I do see the houses right there. And behind me this way, that blue through the trees is the Ikea. So I'm gonna come just a bit further in towards Ikea and away from the house. And I'm gonna find a spot in here to set camp. I think I'll be okay. Those houses, their back windows face this way. Oh, and there's dogs. Okay. We're just gonna go a little bit more this way. Get away from the dogs, away from the houses. Watch the backside of Ikea and look for yet another place that might be good to set up. I hope the dogs don't come out. All right, I think this is going to be it. Home for the night. This is definitely the closest I've done to the edge of a building, and I think the closest I've done to the edge of houses. I am in a narrow strip that's behind this Ikea, but there's a lot of undergrowth, smaller trees coming up in here with lots of leaves. It'll make some good cover. There's not too much ground cover, and I also don't see any poison ivy. Bug. So I'm just going to chill for a minute. It is getting a little bit darker. I'm going to chill, watch what happens along here for a few minutes, and then probably set up. Okay, while I'm just waiting here and wiping the sweat off of me, I'm going to show you. I know I've showed the backpack before, but really it's an issue this time. Take a look at this. So that's the pack. This is my other pillow I brought because the last time that pillow deflated and has a leak. And this pack is so full. I don't think I could get very much more at all in it. You can see I can't even close this back compartment. Everything is so full. So definitely this pack has worked, but it's outlived its usefulness, at least for stealth camping. New pack's gonna have to get obtained for sure. Okay, bear with me here as I'm quiet. I had to move about 20 or 30 yards further away. That dog kept barking every time I moved and a stick snapped. And in the process of doing so, that pillow I had stuffed in my bag, thought I had it stuffed in good enough, it popped out. So now I had to go back and find it. Actually, I think I see it. It's only about 10 yards away. But that goes to show you that that pack, not being able to close it, I knew was going to be an issue. And I don't want to lose the pillow, especially after the last stealther where my pillow went flat. So at least I have it. I'll show you where I'm at. You can see, I know I'm making all kinds of noise here too. Crap. I'll try the red light a little bit later on. But there's Ikea right behind me there. This is actually a nice little spot. It'll work just fine for the hammock. All right, camp is set up. I'm still sweating. It's not the spot I had planned to set up at, but it works really good. This is a good spot. It's very close to the building. I'm gonna go out there in a second and show you how close it is. And the houses behind me, they're close too. I'm closer to the building than the houses. The land is definitely not a private homeowner's land. We are on Ikea's land here, and it's gonna make for a good night. Let's go up there and show you what it looks like from the edge of the forest. Okay, this is as close as I'm getting to the edge. There's noises there. There's a truck. I think they're loading or unloading something, so I gotta get this light off. All right, I'm at the hammock. It kind of blocks some of the light, I guess. I don't know. But they're definitely loading or unloading something there, so I'm not gonna go to the edge. This way there's houses. I don't think they're gonna see here. There are some green and red lights that flash at the back of the loading docks for Ikea. So even if someone looked out and a little bit of red was seen, they might just mistake it for that. So I think we'll be okay. Well, here comes a car. You can see how close I am to the parking lot there. This is, well, not parking lot, it's really the back of the building. The employee parking is off to the right a little bit. And there goes another car. Yeah, this is the closest I've done to an active, I don't want to say road, but parking lot road, whatever you want to call it, where the cars are traveling here. People are cutting behind the building. I don't think they'll see anything. Their lights will just shine in and it's just forest. But there have been a number of cars. Now, another semi-truck has arrived. And it's going to back up right out there. Wow, it's shining right out to me. Backing right up to that loading dock. I wonder how many trucks they'll get over the night. You know, as a side note, I did go into Ikea looking for a certain bookshelf before this stealth camp began, and they were all sold out, of course, of the one that I needed. And maybe it's on that truck. Who knows? Well, there's not going to be a dinner cooked tonight because, as I said, coming back to this side of town, I did stop by a friend's house and was treated to a deliciously grilled burger, some baked beans, and even some dessert, a freshly baked brownie and ice cream with chocolate and caramel syrup. It was delicious. And I'm very full, much satisfied, and I thank him and his family for that. But I am going to have another beer here and just watch the trucks come and go for a bit before I decide to go to bed. Aside from the car that comes by once in a while and a little bit of that truck noise, it's quite peaceful out here actually. It's the waning days of summer, but the frogs and the crickets they're still out for sure. And not too cold out. You know, it's been getting down in the upper 50s. I mean, it's not that late yet, but it feels real good. Just gonna sit back and enjoy this for a while. I think it's time to call it a night. The hammock feels great as always. Oh, and here's my new pillow. It's not new, it's just the new one I'm using for this. It's a little smaller, a little more sturdy. It's an REI pillow, and then the stuff sack unfolds and becomes a pillowcase. And I've used that one for a long time. It's built better than that plastic one. I think it was Trekology. That one only lasted about I have two of them. One's about a year and a half and one's less than that. Anyways, I'm gonna get some sleep. It'll be a quick breakdown of camp in the morning, and then I will head straight out. It's gonna be the quickest exit I've had yet. Catch you guys in the morning. It wasn't a bad night. There were a lot of trucks that came, and they were pretty loud actually. When they would hit the air brakes and release that, it was loud, and there was a steady flow of them, so it woke me up a number of times, but I was able to get right back to sleep. I forgot how busy the skies are around here with the airplanes. We're pretty close to the airport, and the planes are going constantly overhead too. But not a bad night. It's a little cool. There's definitely a chill in the air this morning. So I'm gonna throw my sweatshirt on and pack this up and get out of here. All right, a quick look at camp, just so you can see how close I was. But I'm gonna get it down and I'm gonna head right out. So I did a quick check. Alas, I could not find my sunglasses, taken by the forest. But now I'm leaving right where I was, and it's time to get out of here. See just how close I was. And I'm out. Ikea. Big empty truck where they were loading and unloading all night. I'm assuming someone's probably sleeping in this truck. Well, another successful stealther. Not sure where to go for the next one. I've got a big list. Lots of things planned. A couple that I'm really stoked about, but they require more planning and some surprises too. So until the next time, I am the teller of tales, the drinker of ales, and I camp in stealth because it's good for my health. Later.